Right now we've got funding that's coming down the line that looks pretty positive. I managed to keep funding for the rail in the governor's budget, despite the challenges of this year's governor's budget. Also following on that, we've got a lot of support from our congressional delegation for significant funding for the rail movement on the federal side, as well as for other infrastructure on the federal side.
Okay.
Let me just, we have asked the mayor, and he's been asked by a lot of people, as well as the port staff has been asked by a lot of people, including the governor, the 2 senators, Kelly Linville. Everybody's been involved with this project to come to an agreement and get something done.
My concern a couple of things about the buildings is, one is once they're down, they'll never go back up.
Right.
It's a permanent decision for a 100-year plan.
Well, and I would suggest
making right now.
We talked to the architects about that. I mean, the fact is we're saving half of the buildings plus some additional pieces of the buildings that are being torn down. I talked to one of the architects this morning because I'd heard some concerns that the architects didn't in fact have consensus. And they were upset to hear that because they said there was certainly lively debate, but that they all agreed, including the ones that are on the Historic Commission, that those buildings were okay to bring down given the larger picture. 2 of those architects are on our Historic Preservation Commission.
That's not what they told us.
Looking at the current scenario of what are our options, they're limited based on the Waterfront Futures Group input, the input of the community last fall, and the architect's report factored into where we are right now.
The bottom line is that it was a failure on everybody's part when we weren't talking very well together. And so I'm not going to cast blame on one side or the other. All of us share in some blame there. And it's not productive for us to say those guys were the bad guys and we were the good guys. The reality is we got through that. We got back on track. Everybody in D.C. was happy when I was back there a couple of weeks ago talking to them. People in Olympia were happy. If this thing blows up right now, people are going to be unhappy and we are not going to get another chance. At some point, I think we need to demonstrate progress, or else we're going to lose opportunities. I've talked with both Senator Murray and Representative Larson this last week, and both of them are hoping to see something meaningful come out of this meeting today.